fists. Bonnie and Mandy. Make sure you're always watching, or you could miss it if they ever kiss. Those two wildflowers did what they had to do, and now they're free. And it's gonna be as wide as it can be, with no apology. Bonnie, Scalisi, and Mandy Jones, Wildflowers. Wildflowers.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're looking live at the Wildflowers. I'm Mandy Jones, the comedian, and as always, next to me is beautiful.
Hi, Bonnie Scalisi. How are you, everybody?
It is July 21st, and I believe this is the 46th episode of this show.
Oh, my God.
Yes, the
That's
46th
unbelievable.
46th episode of this show. Say that 5 times fast. If you found the show, please share the show. Share the show, share the show.
Yes, please.
Bonnie, you want to tell them what tonight's topic is?
It is a really cool topic, movie quotes. So think of your favorite movies or movies that made an impression on you, and there was one line that somebody said. That's what we want you to share with us, and we're going to be sharing our favorites, and that's what the topic is.
Yeah, I mean, I know with different groups of friends and I could like literally go entire conversations and like movie quotes. Like I know my family, my mom, my dad, my brothers, and my sisters, we all quote. Well, I guess I'll wait till we bring them on.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait till we bring the person on because the
guests?
human, yeah, because they could be gender fluid or whatever. So I don't want to give it away just yet. Bonnie, what you been up to lately? Anything good?
Oh, well, we have a couple of things that we have.
Oh yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
We want to talk about tomorrow at Governor's. They are doing a fundraiser for Bob Nelson at 7:00, and Mandy and I are on the basket committee. So we're still working on it. We haven't finished it yet.
2 basket cases. We'll be raffling off baskets.
The basket cases will be wrapping the baskets. But we wanted to thank a couple of people that donated. John Piazza and Frank Macri from Comedy Inc. donating liquor. Esther Forrester donating a tennis lesson. Kristen Tinsley donating a psychic reading. Am I leaving anybody out?
And the main prize is actually a free tuition to Stand Up University.
Which is worth $300.
Yeah, and what is that, a 12-week course?
I believe
3
it's
months?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
And then you get on two shows.
And they have like a little recital, and you do stand-up comedy.
Shows, at the brokerage.
If you're already a stand-up comic, you should check it out to polish your act. Or if you've never done stand-up comedy, you could come to them with ideas, and they'll help you see if you're funny.
Absolutely. Even if you've been doing comedy a few years, it's good to have a second opinion and to have a camaraderie of other people. So that's a great item unto its own. So is it okay if I just say hello to a couple of people?
Yes.
Okay, so Robin was first. She made a point to say that. Hi, Robin. Mary, your mom, was second, and she said I'm second. Bill Hansen is saying hi to us. Hi, Bill. And Marsha Fitzpatrick is tuning in, and she shared the show.
Extra points.
And, of course, Patty Marie. Hi, Patty. How are you? Everybody, please share the show if you haven't shared already. And unless there's something you want to talk about. What about our show that's coming up on August 2nd?
Yeah, the only other thing, we'll plug is that August 2nd, Bonnie and I will be over at G's in West Hempstead. That is a free comedy show. They have food and bev down there. Bonnie and I will be on the bill, and then the show will be closed by the great Joe DeVito. So that is going to be a really fun show. So that is August 2nd, a Monday. You have no excuse not to be down there. And comics, if you are a comic and you come and show your face, you put your name in a hat, get a chance to perform night of the show, and also participation points for the September show. This is a monthly event.
It's going to be every first Monday of the month.
And my Aunt Patty saying she's doing stand-up in her house, and I got a second opinion, and they are wrong and funny. Yeah, no, bring it down. Maybe you could put your name in the hat.
I think Patty would be a hoot.
Patty for my Aunt Patty. She'd always write fortunes for the family, and it would be like, oh, I have to like cobble shoes to save my soul, and like all these like really bizarre.
She's very unique.
Yeah, she's very unique.
That's important
Fortunes.
in stand up. And Alan Streisfeld is tuning in. Hi, Alan. We're going. Oh, and as far as the Esther, you missed it, but I just thank you. For
yes,
the
Esther,
donation
thank
of the
you.
tennis lesson for the show tomorrow. Governors for Bob Nelson. Did I say his name?
Yes.
Bob Nelson. Okay, so let's get to our guest, comedian and.
I've seen this plaid chair for years, and now I'm in the plaid chair. This is like when I was a kid and I was on the set of Sesame Street.
Oh my
Were
god!
you on the set of Sesame Street or you just joking?
No, I was really on the set.
Oh, wow.
We went for the tour. Like there was a window you could look down at the filming, and then I was in Mr. Hooper's store.
Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
Mr.
jealous.
Hooper.
Mr. Hooper.
Jealous.
I was in the store.
What
a
is
kid.
that at Sesame Place?
No, this was
That's a place.
Or it's
that's
literally because it's
Adventureland.
in what,
This is where-
Manhattan?
I think it is now. I don't know what it was then. I was like 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid. I didn't really pay attention to the signs, but I know it's somewhere. It was somewhere. I think it was
it's
in
in
Queens, and now it's in Manhattan.
Okay.
Was it Queens?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was in Manhattan, now it's in Queens. I don't know.
I mean, John.
And what were you doing over there?
I went with my mother.
John has a whole bit.
He has a whole bit about it.
Taking the heads off and
And-
seeing people smoke and being traumatized.
And that actually happened to me.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's
it
so
happened to me
funny.
too. Well, it was planned though. Like they had Big Bird there in half a costume, and he was going like this during the tape. It was like a rehearsal. But for me, I thought Big Bird was real though. Like they shouldn't be showing the kids the uncostumed rehearsal. So you can't sue because it said uncostumed rehearsal, but we should have sued.
Oh, wow.
You
Well,
saw too much.
Alan is telling us where it is. Kaufman Astoria Studios.
Is that now or where,
Alan,
is
do you
that
know
where
if
it
that's
used to be?
now or that's where it used to be? Because now I think HBO is.
Yes.
It used to be PBS, so they probably have a really nice, studio
Probably
now.
tops.
But they made the big time.
When that happened, so for 10 or 15 years prior to that, I was doing a Sopranos Sesame Street bit.
Oh, that's why.
And I hypothetically said if HBO... So I used to do Elmo, and like Elmo he wanted Oscar the Grouch whack, and I combined the two shows. But now it actually happened.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is crazy. Like I've been doing this. And now
Maybe they saw your bit and they decided to.
oh my God, imagine
You
someone's
need
in the class like,
royalties
hey,
for that.
hey, you
People
know
steal
what?
ideas all the time.
We should merge with Sesame Street and
Yeah.
HBO, maybe.
Yeah, there's too much parallel thinking. All right, so you wanted to do movie quotes. What
Movie
is one
quotes.
of your movies that you could, probably recite start to finish?
Top Gun.
I've never seen Top Gun.
I've never seen
Goodbye,
Top Gun
leaving.
either, and you know
You've
what?
never seen Top
And
Gun?
I bought Bonnie a Top Gun shirt. It's Trump as Tom Hanks in Top Gun.
Oh, see, I didn't get it.
Wait, Tom
I just-
Hanks.
And Glenn was like, "Yeah, the guy to the Top
I think
Gun."
she means
Right?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
What I
was
said,
gonna
Tom
say
Hanks. That's how little.
That's like the one movie he wasn't in.
Yeah, no,
It's true.
Tom Cruise. Excuse me. Yeah, Tom Hanks. What a doof. Can you imagine Tom
Oh,
Hanks?
so Alan says it's both. It's they didn't move. So
Oh, it's
So
still the same place, okay.
what is even the premise of Top Gun?
the
So,
Top Gun. He was an
is it
airplane
It's
pilot,
a
right?
mission movie.
so it's
I'll have to
a.
watch it now. Damn it.
So well, if you watch the movie,
I'm
they'll
gonna
explain it
learn now.
all. But
Tell
it's-
us now.
So it's about Navy fighter pilots that go to this elite school for the top 1% of all naval aviators, and it was
It's
at Naval Air
completely
Station
unrealistic,
Miramar.
right?
No, it's totally true.
Oh, is it based on a true story? Really?
It's well, the story is fictitious, but the school is real. There's a Top Gun school.
Oh, okay.
United States Navy
okay.
Fighter Weapons School.
Okay.
Used to be at Miramar Naval Air Station in San Diego, California, but now it's at Naval Air Station Fallon in Nevada. But real school, created in March of 1969. Watch the movie. The first words
gonna watch it.
on March 3rd, 1969. United States Navy.
Is
created
it a
the
man's
school.
movie? Like, am I going to be bored?
It's not a no.
Be
A
It's,
man's movie.
it did very well amongst all demographics.
Okay.
When it was released in May of '86, and it's now 35 years. Great picture.
35
I
years,
love a
still
lot of
haven't
Tom
seen
Cruise
it. All right,
movies.
we'll have to watch
The
that.
sunglasses are going to look different. They're old aviator, but it's a great picture. I can't believe you haven't seen Top Gun.
Yeah, I know.
What you should
I'm
have
born
seen
I
in
should have seen
1990.
it. She has an excuse.
Oh my God.
I don't have
Yeah.
any excuse.
It predates you.
Yeah, I know.
Right, the
I
movie
know.
was made before she was born, so she has an
So you
excuse.
get a pass, but you.
Yeah, I have to watch it. So Joan Krupiash is tuning in. Hi, Joan. And Patty Marie was saying something about the bird. She said,
Oh, I
naked
watched
bird.
that recently.
And Matt Pepitone. Do you know Matt Pepitone?
I don't.
Hi,
but
Matt.
hello.
How are you?
Welcome.
So do you want to do an impression from that movie?
From that movie? Oh, I only
That
know
we
lines
won't
from that
get.
movie. But it won't make sense to you. Let's move on to a different movie. It won't
All
make
right.
sense
Well,
to
you
guys.
started to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger
But somebody out there
impression.
probably
Did you
watched
get a bad rep? Did he get a bad rep with you after he slept with the maid?
No, absolutely not. I love the Schwarzenegger movies. I've been watching them for many of the years. And have you seen Predator movie?
Yes.
Right, you've seen Predator movie. I defeated the monster. And then I was in Total Recall movie. I went to Mars. I have so many good movies.
And I keep watching you on. I don't have TikTok, but they always pipe TikTok into my phone on other platforms, and I always see you with the donkeys.
Donkey.
Yeah, it's like him just eating. It's just
Oh,
like
he has
Arnold
a donkey. Yes, he's got
It's
a
just
donkey.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's like, here I am with my Cheerios.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Okay.
like eating.
What's his donkey's name? It's
I don't know.
Horatio or something.
I don't know. I was gonna call it Ollie, but
Ollie.
he looks. No, I don't know. I made that up. He does look really good right now.
It looks fantastic.
He looks specifically good right now.
I love him in Kindergarten Cop.
It's not a tumor.
And it's not a tumor. And say from the big movie that he was in,
Which one?
where he played the robot.
Terminator movie.
Oh, what is it?
Terminator.
All of the Terminator movies. I'll be back.
That's it.
Oh,
That's one of
okay.
my quotes. All right, you got one.
You know, he fought with James
I
Cameron
pressed
about
that one
that,
out.
and he said that's not the way you would say it. He would say he's a robot, so he'd say, "I will be back," and he says, "No, I don't want you to say that. I want you to say I'll be back." And they originally weren't going to say, "I will be back," and now it's a famous movie line.
Oh, yeah, that's
my
the first thing I think of when I
Lord.
see Arnold
You know,
Schwarzenegger.
the first Terminator movie is a reason why you should always be nice to everybody in show business. Do you know who the big star of the Terminator was?
Who?
Michael Biehn.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly. So he said, he goes, I was called up by my agent to do a movie with some guy named Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I'd never heard of. Right? So Schwarzenegger, even though he had top billing because he made Conan, Michael Biehn was like the big action guy in '84.
Oh.
Right. Michael Biehn made like a couple of other movies. That's it. Now who's the big star, right? So you never know. That's why you be nice to everybody.
That's true.
Oh, exactly. And everyone's really
Unless
good.
they're mean to you, then
Right. Then
have
you
a pass.
right. Then you go up to
You
them
have
and you
to
say, "To
protect
hell with
yourself."
you."
Yeah, you just ignore them. You don't have to be mean. But I have one of the top movie quotes
What?
of every movie is from Gone with the Wind. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Right.
And I've only seen half of Gone with the
I've
Wind.
never seen Gone. I've never seen Gone with the
It's a
Wind.
very long
I've
movie.
never seen Colin Dillon either.
It's
That's
really good.
that's the first
But now it's
half.
banned, so you can't
Why is
watch
it banned?
the
Because-
first half or the
because of
second half. I saw.
the way that the servants were depicted in that movie.
Oh,
Movie or
I
something.
never saw that picture.
You out there, have you watched Gone with the Wind?
Servants.
Tell us, you know, the few scenes I saw were amazing, but I want to watch it from beginning to end. But you need you have to put aside a whole bunch of hours and time
The
dedicated
sound,
to watch that.
Now,
Yeah.
my kids wanted to watch the new Willy Wonka, which
Oh.
I will not permit in my house.
Oh, it's
That's
good.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah,
I
will
is-
permit that.
And you don't wait. You
It's
don't
really
like
good.
Tim
I watched
Burton?
both of them.
You got something against Tim Burton?
I love Tim Burton in the Batman.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the
Okay,
wrong
but
movie.
what's the problem with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
I
Is that
want
the
them
one
to-
with
I want them to see original Willy Wonka.
the
With
one with
Alright.
Gene Simmons? Gene's.
Gene Simmons? That would be Hershey's Kiss. Get it? Hershey's Kiss.
Gene
Maybe
Wilder.
Gene
Gene
Hackman.
Wild.
Sorry, Gene Hackman.
Gene
Wait, should I be looking at you or here? I don't know where to look.
Whatever's more comfortable.
You look there, and we
Yeah,
look
like
there.
it, like it.
But on TV, it looks like the studio is huge. But you guys are like right
We're
here.
tiny. We don't need a huge studio.
But so if Gene Simmons was in it, it would
It
be
would be a completely different movie.
Hershey Kiss. Get it? Hershey.
Oh, that's a good one.
We can probably do a whole freaking thing with that, like with puns, with musical puns like that.
Oh, totally.
Yes, we
That's
could.
fun.
Oh,
And Alan
Ah,
Streisfeld
so-
is the professor of them.
Oh, I love
so-
his puns
I
on
mean,
Facebook.
Do you know that he said he wasn't going to do that role unless when he walked out, he walks out and then he does like a somersault.
Yes,
He said,
yes.
unless I could do that when I come out, I'm not fucking doing it.
Now you're talking about the movie.
I'm talking about
Willy
the
Wonka,
yeah.
the
Willy
Willy
Wonka
Wonka
and
and
the
the
Chocolate
Chocolate.
So
Factory.
who's the star of that guy? What's that guy's name? Because
That's
he
Gene
played.
Wilder.
It's not though.
No.
It's
Yeah,
the
Gene
new
Wilder.
one. The new one you're talking
Oh,
about?
the new one is Johnny Depp.
That's the one
Yeah,
I'm looking
Johnny
for.
Depp,
Johnny
yeah.
Depp was the one I was looking for. Yeah.
And
So
that's when he's got the white teeth and he talks like this the whole
Yeah,
movie.
he looked like a
weird.
doofus, but he's really hot.
There was
That's
so
like a really weird
I got something that was Willy Wonka-ish. I bought cheese. I love Alpine Lace, 25% less fat cheese. I get their Munster cheese, the best cheese, right? I got a package that had a little mold in it. So I call them up.
Those
and
bastards.
I said, look, love your product. Been buying your product for a long
I
time.
don't like this,
A little mold. Not good, right? They sent me on letterhead, not an email. It was on official corporate letterhead. And inside, when I opened up the letter, was a coupon that shined. It had that like
Oh, it's like the golden
like
ticket.
a golden ticket. It
Oh
was
my
like
God, that's my favorite
good
part
for
of
a
it.
free package of they replaced the product, right? With the
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
And it was like, but it
Like
was official.
foil.
Now they could have sent me an email with a barcode. Not the same thing.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
like I don't even know if I'm gonna use it. I might just frame it.
That is a
It's
class
that
act.
nice.
The best part of both of those movies was the search for the golden ticket.
The golden ticket.
Yeah.
I want it now. Tell them to
They should do that in real life with something.
Oh,
It's such a
yeah.
great idea, and it gets everybody to buy the product.
Two?
Wonka
What do you mean you only open two?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the math teacher.
So your mom is saying she likes to quote, "Keep the change, you filthy animal,"
Oh,
from Home
Home
Alone.
Alone.
Oh.
Home Alone. Yeah.
Okay.
Home Alone is great.
Hi, Michael. How are you? My boyfriend is out in Pennsylvania. He saw a bear, and
my
I
God.
knew about the police officer pulling him over at 3 a.m, but I haven't spoken to him today because we've both been really busy. And I look on Facebook, and he's got a picture of a bear that was outside of his the place
Oh my
his place in
Lord.
Pennsylvania.
What kind of bear? What color bear?
It was I saw a picture. Michael, was a black bear, right? It was a black bear.
They can be.
And he
They
keeps
love
he keeps
rambunctious.
telling me to come out there with him to relax, and I'm like, oh, that's really relaxing,
Yeah,
like
it
seeing
sounds
a black
relaxing.
bear. All right, so do you want to do one of your quotes?
Yeah, well, one of the ones that we always said in my family is "Thank you, Sid."
And what's that from?
Oh, from Toy Story.
Mm.
When he
Oh,
when
the
he
Sydney
goes
kid.
when
Yes.
honestly,
the little,
Sid is the little bastard.
the little bastard next
But
door.
when
yeah.
they,
I've
at
seen
the
Toy
end,
Story. I don't remember
when they're tied together. He's got Woody is tied to
Right.
Woody and Buzz are tied together on the car. He pulls the match, which he's going to use then the magnifying glass, or he's going to use his head to light the match. But when he finds the match, he goes, "Thank you, Sid." Like, cause
I can't believe I don't know that. 'cause
Yeah,
Sid is
and-
the house.
yeah, and that's the other thing. He's like, "Oh, that happy child." He's like, "That ain't no happy child." He's like, "He tortures toys just for fun." And then they like look out the window and Sid's like, it's like,
How come I don't remember that?
It's not. He's
Sid
the
is the
neighbor
mean kid,
next
yeah,
door that.
crazy.
Oh,
He's
okay.
got like the demented
I-
dolls. The dolls all have like
Is that
different
the
heads
first one?
He's got
screwed
an ugly
on.
house. Like
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
Oh
You know
my
what's funny?
god!
Oh.
Toy Story's the best.
My wife hates when I talk in movie lines.
Oh,
Hates
really?
It. Hates it, right? So one time she said to me, she goes, "If you do one more movie line, I'm gonna
Oh,
divorce
no.
you."
And what did you say?
And then she said, "Would you ever get remarried?" And I said, "Chief Brody, Jaws 2. I don't intend to go through that hell again.
I would say
See what
marriage
I
is
did there?
punishment.
Yes.
I used a movie
Shoplifting.
line.
You used to move around.
Marriage is punishment for shoplifting in certain countries.
So, John Piazza just dropped some liquor outside the door. John, we did already thank
He
you
was
for it.
here?
Oh my God, Grubhub.
He's with his wife, so they're on their way. They're
Thank
dropping it
you,
off.
John.
Thank you, John. And Michael said it was a black bear. I thought it was a black bear.
I haven't seen John in years.
He looks great. We saw him
He
last
doesn't,
week.
he doesn't change. He's like, I met him like
Yeah,
10 years
he's
ago.
like-
He's
yeah.
the same.
Fountain of youth. Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's very important. All right, so did you do your quote, or do you want me to do?
The quote,
And
I have
you
like
guys-
300 quotes.
All right,
You
you
guys
got?
can say quotes that you like from movies you like. Go ahead.
So, did you guys see Total Recall?
No. Jamie Lee Curtis, it was in that, right?
That was True Lies.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't
It's
seen
in
it.
the comedy.
Oh wait, it's Bruce Willis.
Arnold.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll be quiet now.
I've never seen Total Recall.
So the best line from Total Recall is when he's on Mars, right? And the guy doesn't want to give air to the people. You know, he's cutting off the oxygen. And Schwarzenegger goes, "Come on, Cohagen, you got what you want. Give those people air." And like that is one of the most famous scenes. That and See You at the Party, Richter. Those of you got to see the movies.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm gonna write a list.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a list.
See all these movies.
And me and Michael keep watching reruns of Roseanne because we don't have any movies to watch.
God, Roseanne.
I love Roseanne. But anyway, so one of my favorite movies has a quote from both Dunkirk and The Darkest Hour.
Which one?
Dunkirk.
What's your quote from Dunkirk?
Okay, you ready? Here we go. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. That's from Churchill.
Churchill.
Yes.
Oh, he said that.
He said that, but they did that on both of those movies.
Dunkirk was a great picture.
It was. I loved it. I did see that like 4 times. Yes.
What movie have you seen the most?
Yeah, what's your favorite movie?
So I just saw a movie the other night that I have seen before. And you guys have probably seen it. Because you strike me as The Devil Wears Prada.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
Come
I think
on! That's the most shittiest movie. Can I say that?
I'm not into clothes.
Yeah, rom-com.
She's into clothes.
But it's still a good movie, even if. So
Isn't
I
it all
like
about
That's
style and
Glenn Close
stuff?
in that, right?
She works for a fashion magazine,
And
yes,
I
but it's
love
more
her.
about the relationship with her boss.
Yeah.
And I used to work in publishing, ironically, in the same building that movie was filmed in.
Oh, okay.
And my boss was a little like that too, very, you know.
Well, that's based on a book. So
That was
it's
based on a book,
So the
yeah.
book is probably based on someone's real.
I can't believe you haven't seen it. That totally would strike me as a Bonnie movie. In a
I love
Yeah,
Mean
that,
Girls.
like-
Mean Girls I've seen about
Mean Girls is
300
great.
times.
One of the quotes I had on is
Me
I'm
too.
Not, I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Okay, that's a good
What
one. And
movies-
mine was
What else you got there?
You Can't Sit With Us. That was my quote.
And then-
Mean Girls. You haven't seen Mean Girls?
No.
All right.
Oh my
If I have to watch
God.
What is
Top
Mean
Gun, you have
Girls?
to watch Mean
What is
Girls.
Mean Girls? I've never heard of
It's
it.
the Bible for women.
It's
Every
Lindsay
woman's been through it.
Lohan,
And in the comedy world, you go through it twice.
Who plays Regina? The girl who played in The Notebook.
Well, who's in it? Who's in the picture?
That's what I'm saying. Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan's the star.
No, it's her. Oh my God, Amy Poehler is in
Oh,
it.
Amy Poehler.
Tina
From
Fey is
Tina
in
Fey.
it.
Oh, okay.
It's
all
all
right,
the
all right.
SNL people, and
Okay.
it's about girls in high school. And what new girl Lindsay Lohan moves to a new school, and the mean girls, you know, the popular girls.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
about them fucking, you know, inducting her, indoctrinating her. I don't know. Abducting
She
her.
came from Africa.
But yeah,
And she had never gone to a public school. So then they moved here and they put her into Los Angeles, very wealthy school. And she didn't know she didn't know about all the different groups. Like there's the jock group and there's the
Right, the
druggy
different
group
cliques,
and
the
all the
cliques,
cliques. And then the cool girls, you know, how mean they are to everybody. You might not like it because you're a man,
it's
but your wife will
hilarious.
love
No,
it.
that movie's hilarious.
Ask your wife if she's seen it. I
love,
bet you she's seen it.
I love when he's like, "We will keep you here all night," and then one
And
of the teachers like, "We can only keep you here till 4," and he's like,
We will keep you
here
here
till
till
4.
4. I could.
When did this picture come out?
Oh, it's from like
a long time ago.
2005 or 4. I'm gonna say Mean Girls 2004 2006. Yeah, Mean Girls.
You have to watch
Oh,
Mean
it's
Girls.
hilarious.
I've
so funny.
and then they have this great scene where they dance with the Christmas song, and they just do this dance. It's such a stupid thing, but I just
no, it's funny.
it's
You'll laugh.
addicting. If I see it on TV,
Yeah,
you know,
you
I have to
gotta
stop
watch it.
whatever I'm doing and just watch
There
it.
was a movie called Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion.
Yes, I've seen that.
I've never
Now
seen.
that movie started off.
That was
slow.
kind of stupid, but I liked
Very
it.
stupid.
Phoebe is fucking
Mean Girls
is
hilarious.
better.
Right?
I liked it. I liked it. It was
that
good.
movie started off like I was like, what the hell is this movie? When she got hit by the car, I was like, then the movie took off from there. Because it was like very slapstick.
Yeah, no, that was a good movie too.
What?
So
I've
your
never
mom
seen
has
that.
a quote.
Oh, a quote?
She said, another Home Alone quote. You're really sick, Marv. You know that.
when he was
I
putting
think
the-
your mom likes Home
When he was
Alone.
throwing the sinks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
She wants to leave Mandy behind and go on a vacation. No,
My
I'm
mom
just
loves-
kidding.
No, I know. She
I'm
loves
joking.
someone. No, but she really does. My mom will say that about anything. She goes, "You're really sick, Marv." You know that?
Is that when they were filling the sinks up or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Have you guys seen The Godfather?
Oh, of course.
I've only seen parts of
You
it.
come to me on the day of my
We
daughter's
probably should have had a pre-meeting, and I probably should have done this like
Oh
But you
my
can
God.
see it,
from
but
now.
all the people could watch.
Yeah.
They know it, so
They know the
go and do
movies,
it.
right. All right,
Yeah,
right,
why?
come
What's
Yeah,
your
do
favorite
it.
Godfather one?
on. One, I would say, we're gonna make them an offer I can't refuse. Now, my kids, when they were little, I wouldn't buy them Carvel one night. Like, actually, tonight would be Carvel night. It's Wednesday, Sunday. Right?
Mm.
So they put a stuffed animal head in my bed.
Oh my
The
God.
They have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's
No, they
really
didn't.
funny.
I did it, but it was like a message, you know.
But there is something that I just watched recently that I didn't watch when it came out,
What?
which I know you do impressions of.
What?
It's not really movies, but it's The Sopranos.
Oh, of course.
I only saw The Sopranos about a couple of months ago. I binge watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, so I was like, I'm in a time warp, you know, because to me it's all new.
How was that even possible?
See, isn't that good? He does a great Tony Soprano.
Suffice to say, that's unbelievable to me.
It is, and the fact that he's not even alive anymore, it's like.
Now, I looked up because I was going to be in New Jersey and I wanted to go by where Satriali's is to meet the pork store.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking it up. I have the address right. There's a parking lot there. I look it up again. I double check it. I pull up a scene where I know what the buildings around it look like. It's not there. It's a parking lot.
No, so they tore it down?
They tore it down.
Oh my God! You would think they'd keep it.
I confirmed it by satellite from above, and I confirmed it by looking at episodes and seeing like what was down the street and across the street. Because there's a scene where the guy has the car accident.
Yeah.
And so he goes, didn't I tell you no speeding in this neighborhood? And across the street, all those buildings were right. So Satriali's parking lot.
Oh my God, that's sad. That's sad.
It's just
It's
movie
literally
magic.
a parking lot. Yeah.
So, Patty Marie is saying, I have a Sidney Poitier quote. I don't remember the movie.
Tell me
So
the
say
quote.
the quote, Patty, and we'll try
What's
to
the
figure it
quote?
out.
Because if it's from the one with Tom Berenger when he's the FBI agent, I'll know it.
One of the lines that I'm constantly yelling is, "Am I the only fucking professional?"
What's
Wait!
that
Don't
from?
tell me the movie. Don't tell me the movie.
I'll tell you who says it.
So we can curse, I assume.
Steve Buscemi.
She curses all the time.
Yeah. It's
Oh!
Reservoir Dogs. When they-
Minnesota.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
Oh no, I was thinking with the not Fargo. Fargo. Yeah, Fargo.
No, I've never seen that.
I've never seen either one.
I know, and well, Reservoir Dogs is Quentin Tarantino, and it's like a movie that takes place in the course of one day, and it's
No,
they're
I see it.
gangsters.
You've never seen Fargo?
No. And
Oh.
Fargo's a movie, and
I've never
Fargo's
seen Fargo
a show
either.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I've never seen it.
either.
So my boyfriend, I think, has watched Top Gun because he said, I like Punch Out Maverick. Punch Out. Is that from Top Gun?
Yeah.
All right, so Michael's seen it. I haven't seen it.
Eject. Yeah.
Michael, is it a good movie?
It's a great movie.
He can't believe I never saw it.
I
It's a
did.
terrific
I
movie.
did a scene. So the movie is about. So Tom Skerritt plays Viper, who's the commander of the Top Gun school, and it's for the top 1% of all naval aviators, right? So I did a skit where Bernie Sanders was the commanding officer. And it was like, you are the top 1% of 1% of 1% of all the pilots, the best. We'll make it better, you know. And then I did like I had Trump he was going to be Iceman. It's like, you know, with the plane crash, you were very nice to Maverick, but he got too close, and that's why his plane crashed. I can't see behind me. I mean, not fly the plane. I get who looks behind me. So
He does such a great impersonation of Trump.
And then I did Como as Maverick.
Oh, let's hear that.
You need, when you're at high altitude, wear a mask.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Real quick, because it's 7:59, you want to just read our sponsor real quick?
With
Yeah.
show's already half
Absolutely.
over,
Half over.
flies
I
TV
know.
time faster.
When
So-
you're having fun.
So our sponsor is Keys Love Jewelry, stainless steel jewelry, all nickel and tarnish free. Keys Cutlery, knives, swords, and self-defense equipment. Excellent quality for reasonable prices. You can shop online at keyslovejewelry.com, keyscutlery.com, or you can visit Key and his lovely wife Teresa at Lala's Flea Market, 1075 Portion Road in Farmingville, New York. If you need to speak to Key in person, his phone number is 631-379-1781. They have amazing stuff, and Key and his wife are both amazing people. Give them your money and buy something.
Go down there and give them all you
Yeah,
got.
they're amazing.
Yes,
Our
tell them
sponsors only
Bonnie
make
and
money if
Mandy
you give it to
sent
them.
you.
And they'll exchange some item to you for it. It's kind of like trade.
Nevin Cummings is saying, you can't handle the truth.
Oh yeah, that's from. Oh, I know that movie. That's from the movie
What is it?
with Jack
From
Nicholson.
A Few Good
That's-
Men.
Oh,
A Few Good Men. Tom Cruise is in
Jack
that movie.
Nicholson is great.
Good one, Nevin. Yeah, you can.
Jack Nicholson is in
Yeah.
that movie.
Yes.
Oh my God, The Departed.
So I have.
Crazy movie.
That's great.
The
You know what?
Departed? I haven't
couldn't
seen
handle
that
that
one.
movie.
Oh, really?
The accents really got to me after a while. The Boston accents.
Because that's one of the newer
It's
ones.
like the Departed, you know. I'm like,
Yeah.
What's
good
that
movie,
movie
though.
about?
Good movie. Everybody's in
It's
that movie.
Everybody's like double crossing each other. Like
Yeah.
the one guy's undercover in
The Mafia.
the mafia,
Oh.
and then there's a police officer that's giving information back. It's everybody sharing information. Everybody's gonna get killed.
You know what was
basically.
interesting when they met with the Hong Kong mob, and he goes and they all have he goes.
Oh, that's like turn your beepers off.
Yeah, and he goes, in this country, we don't bring guns to a meeting. And I'm like, what does it have to do with the country? Like, in this country, we don't bring guns to a meeting.
Yeah,
doesn't make any
it's just
sense.
like a really, I guess that was a Chinese
I don't know
knock
how-
on the Chinese
I don't,
on
know how,
them.
I don't know how that movie made any money. They had everybody in it. Martin Sheen's in it. Matt Damon's in it.
I'll have to
Oh,
watch.
I know.
Put that one on my list
Alex
too.
Baldwin
I've
is
never
in it.
seen
Like,
that one
How
either.
did they cover the payroll?
Star-studded.
I just want to say hi to one of my Facebook friends who's watching, Dan. I mean, I don't want to butcher your name, Dan
Santinello.
Santinello. How are you? He and I are Facebook friends. Yes.
Dan is the best Super Bowl party that anybody's ever seen.
That's right.
It's the best. It's the best. I've been to it many times. I do stand up in it. You did it.
I performed. You asked me to perform at one of your football parties.
You did it last time, didn't you?
Yeah, before COVID.
Wait a second. You were there. You were in the house. Before,
You,
the last
it was
one
you.
last
It
year.
was you, me, Tim Thompson, and Nicole.
And I had to
Monica.
leave because I had something.
And you had to
I had to
leave.
leave, right?
Yes, that was fun. That's
right. You were there, right?
Yeah.
That's the house.
That's a cool place.
That's a
He
really cool place.
He has like his whole basement is set up for a show, and there was a rock band on before us.
He's got bands.
Yeah.
He's got like every type of food imaginable, every drink imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
And
When he's ready to do another party, let me know.
Yeah.
I had. Where did I have to be? I had to be at probably something else, another Super Bowl party. I usually do 2 or 3.
Yeah. Hit the now. What are you?
Oh no, my boyfriend. He says this to me all the time and
What?
drives me crazy.
What?
Me so horny, GI. Love you long time. That is the best of all time quotes. He says that's from the movie
Yes, that's
Say
Full
it again?
Metal Jacket.
Full Metal
Jacket.
Jacket, which I watched with Michael. Michael
That
said Full
movie
Metal Jacket.
is amazing.
Yeah, that is it. That's one that you're like, all right, it's a Sunday afternoon and try to fuck me up, like mentally. Bonnie, what are the?
I used to do a bit with that girl and go, "Have you seen John Santo? He very funny. You laugh long time." Like I used to do it as a promo, but now I don't know if that movie's gonna get canceled. You know, who the hell knows?
That's funny.
Everything is getting canceled.
So your mom says, is this the guy that called in one of your shows and did the impressions? Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
just saying that was one of my favorite shows of all time. We had Mark White from the Spin Doctors. It was a debate, and me, Jim, and Mark White were the Republicans.
I
And
was nobody.
Mandy was like neutral, and Josh Schaefer was the Democrat. And you kept calling in. You did the best bit. If you could
Who did they
recreate
call it as?
it,
Who did
you
You
did
were
a bunch of people.
Bernie.
But the funniest
Oh,
part
Bernie.
when you called in as Trump and you talked about the catapult for getting the illegals.
to deport
The
people.
immigrants
Yes,
are really
yes.
getting
And everybody give me a hard time, but the people love it because it's like a fun ride. You go over the wall.
You put the
it
illegal
was right
aliens,
after they did the seesaws in the
Right.
in the
thing, right.
gate.
and it was
In
one of
the-
our highest
in the
rated
border,
shows, by
and
the
you're
way.
Like, oh yeah, we're gonna.
I have
catapult
made
them.
up so many things about Trump and Bernie Sanders. Like I
That's
do
so
with
funny.
Bernie Sanders, I do a thing like, "Have you ever gone to Carvel or any ice cream parlor and you get sprinkles, right? And where do they put the sprinkles? On the top 1% of the ice cream. There's nothing on the bottom. They should have it. I call it sprinkle socialism. But some on the bottom, some in the middle, and some on the top.
That's
So that
right.
every time you put your spoon
You'll get sprung.
That's
actually
perfect.
want ice cream now.
So-
But now I can-
The second time you reference ice cream. Now I want Carvel. It's probably closed by the time we're done.
Oh, it's 2 for 1 on Wednesdays. What time?
Oh
is
yeah,
it?
2 Sundays.
we
Right.
have time.
So Don Santello said, "Don't puss in my back and tell me it's raining." That's from a movie,
All
right?
right. I don't know
Wait,
that
wait,
one.
wait.
What movie is that,
wait.
Dan?
Wait.
Oh, Jimmy Quinn is watching. We're talking about movie
Exactly.
quotes,
We're
Jimmy.
doing
Tell us
movie
your
quotes.
favorite movie quote. We don't know what Dan. We don't know what that's from, but it sounds very familiar.
What was
Very
that?
familiar.
Oh wait, Platoon.
Platoon.
Wait, what was the
is-
line from Platoon? Platoon was a good movie too.
I think I've seen that.
Um,
I have another one.
Yeah,
Where's
go
my
for it.
Mandy,
but-
you wanna go?
Where's
You
my
go. Mom.
microphone?
Oh shoot! Can everyone hear him? Usually our audience tells us it's on the floor. Yeah, I see it.
Was it on the floor?
Was
the
I
whole
supposed to
time?
put this on?
I'm not reading, but Michael.
Okay, now
Shame
now
on
they
you.
can hear me at least.
Yeah.
You
How did
said
they-
you were gonna put it on.
I
No?
thought I did.
Okay.
When did you drop it? You might have just dropped it.
Hopefully, just now.
I hope so. Well,
Why?
Usually they're so quick to say I can't hear.
Why,
Blah
is
blah
Michael
blah.
saying he can't hear?
No, he said something dirty, so I'm
Willem
not going to
Dafoe.
repeat it.
I wish I could do a Willem Dafoe impression.
Oh.
I love
yeah.
Willem Dafoe.
He looks so different. He had plastic surgery or something. And he looks like a different
Oh,
person.
did he?
He's got
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
He was in Platoon. He's in 100 movies. But
Hickey from
Okay.
Kaniki sounds like a Hallmarker.
So Jimmy's saying keeps freezing up. I think that's
you, Jimmy.
that's you, Jimmy.
I pay
William
for the
Dafoe.
higher
Yes, thank you,
speed
Patty.
here.
there's no way this is freezing up. She's got a state of the art system here. This is like I feel like I'm in
Yeah,
Hollywood. This is like
Aw,
this
thanks.
is like when they bring
It
all the
is,
stuff
it's
into the
beautiful.
White House.
Yeah, if
and
you
they
just put
interview
your
the
mic
president?
on you, you'll be right in business.
All right, I have another one from Titanic, which is one of my other favorite
Oh,
movies.
that movie I like. Titanic.
Yes, I again like Mean Girls. I've watched it 10,000 times,
Yeah,
and I
what's-
could watch it 10,000 more. So of course, I'm king of the world. That's one of the big movie
Yeah,
quotes. Of,
that was a great
I'll
one.
tell you a line I used because I like to use movie lines in the real world, right?
Oh,
one
yeah.
one time I was flying with my company down to Washington D.C., right? And they automatically upgraded me to first class. It was only a 35-minute flight, but I flew the shuttle all the time that they upgraded me automatically, right?
nice.
So my friends are all in the back. So I wait, right? I let everybody deplane, and I'm sitting in my big first class seat, just like this chair. And I'm sitting there like this, and as they come up, and I'm like, and how are the accommodations and steerage?
Did they get it?
Oh, totally. It was Titanic
'Cause
was
I
only
would
out a
get
couple
that,
of years. Yeah.
That's amazing. So
So
Patty just mentioned that people who are guests should wear shirts the color of the chair.
yes, I should
Patty is
blend
so
it.
cool.
You know,
Very interesting
honestly,
ideas,
I
Patty.
was going to wear a lighter shirt, and I
No,
didn't
this
want
is
to
good
blend
that
in
you
with the
s-
chair.
You
you know?
stand out with that's really
Right.
it's good.
Yes, you have to be able to have contrast.
No, but I love that. How are the accommodations in steerage?
And how are the accommodations and steerage?
That's amazing. And Rose probably has a lot of good lines too. I didn't bother to look them up.
Yep, she's got some
She has
good
a
ones.
lot of really good lines. So Mandy, you want to go
Oh,
next?
you know what her best line was?
What?
Come back, come back,
Oh yeah,
come back, come back. True story.
that's hilarious.
I'm in London the year after Titanic came out, the same year I bought that fire extinguisher I was telling you guys about before. Right? They sell the Titanic whistle,
Oh my god.
the brass whistle, right? In the store, it was like $15, right? So
Oh, I would love to buy
I
that.
bought it. I totally bought it. It has
That's so
It shows
cool.
the Titanic on the box, and it's the Titanic. It says White Star Cruise Line.
It's probably worth like $1 million.
Nah, it's
now.
worth. They sell it in the store. It was at Marks and Spencer. There was thousands of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they said it's a remake, right? So I get it, and I go to my wife, come back, come back.
That's so funny. I took my daughter to the swim class for my, she's a twin, so it was really her brother's swim class, but they let her swim. And this was when she was little. She had on the vest. And when she was swimming, you know, her hair was all messed up and she's swimming. And she looked exactly like Rose, like when she was like swimming to try to get the whistle.
Wait, you have a sister?
No, my daughter. I
Oh.
have a
She does
sister
have a
too.
sister.
Yeah.
You have a sister.
I have a sister and a daughter.
twin sister.
No, I don't.
Obi-Wan was wise to hide her from me. Now his failure is complete. Do you know what that's from?
Star Wars.
Oh, I would hope you'd know
I
that
don't
one.
like Star
I
Wars.
really don't know Star Wars.
I watched the first one and
Why
it was
did you-
okay, and then I don't like
Hey,
it.
they made 9 movies and like 14
I like
billion
Star
spin-offs.
Trek.
Yes, I like Star Trek too.
And I love the new Star Trek with like the young crew. I made Michael watch it the other day.
Which one?
With
the Captain Pike? The one from Discovery?
The young guy that's
Which guy?
Michael, what's the name of Chris Pine?
Oh, the remake of the but here's the thing with the remake.
Michael wasn't
Do you know what we're
thrilled
talking
with
about?
it.
You know
I
Star
liked
Trek?
it.
Sorry, go for it. Wait, the remake of you're talking about like Anakin Skywalker, fucking new.
No, not
That's
those. Star
No,
Wars.
you're talking about Star
Star
Trek.
Trek.
So no,
I
know
didn't like the
nothing
whole
about Star Trek.
timeline with Vulcan. Why couldn't they just show? This was what was weird. Spock is a commander. Kirk is a cadet, and
Yes.
Kirk becomes captain from cadet to captain. I don't think that was stupid. It should have just been.
No, but they showed why.
It was stupid. Like you can't promote him the first. You have to go lieutenant.
His father was very. His father
doesn't
saved the whole
matter.
crew.
That's true.
A lot of stuff on Star Trek, they had a lot of technology that they envisioned that didn't actually exist yet, but then people made the technology after seeing it on Star Trek. I watched this whole thing about all these different inventions.
The flip phone.
And like all this, remotes and
the
the
what's it
screens
called?
popping up and stuff, like all stuff that it's very interesting.
I used to have an LG.
They were way ahead of their time.
Yeah, they literally made us fucking catch up with them.
I used to have an LG flip phone that was like aluminum brush.
Oh,
right?
You're name dropping.
Name drop.
Everybody had one of those.
I think it was
There's
the
a lot of good
8700.
comments when we get to them. I'm going to get to these comments.
And I would
They're
flip
really
it like
good.
this, and I'd be like, "This is Kirk Denver." You know, it would look like a communication. Why didn't anybody make a phone case that was
true.
like a ooh?
Think of it like that.
Flip the. First of all, the iPhone and all that is cool and all, but there's nothing like answering a call like this and hanging up like this.
Well,
because you could slam it on someone if you got mad at it.
This doesn't have the same. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Yeah, no.
You gotta.
That's why my phone has gone through.
I just wanted to say the two people from who had a bunch of people had some great
Spaceballs.
things.
Oh, Spaceballs, the lunchbox.
Spaceballs.
Merchandising with the real money from the movie is made.
Jimmy Quinn said, "Have you ever danced with the devil by a pale moonlight?"
Batman. Michael Keaton.
Yes.
That's
a good
Nicholson.
one. I love I love the new Batman movies, the Dark Knight and all that. That's what I love.
You've seen the new ones?
I love
Yes.
Okay.
I love those. And the Joker I love.
Do you like the parts with Bane?
I honestly don't know Bane.
You don't know Bane.
That's the part I didn't see that one.
Come on.
But the one with the Joker and the Joker movie. What do you think of the Joker movie?
I haven't seen the Joker movie.
Oh, you've got to.
Ha! I didn't see a movie.
You must watch that.
I made
Michael watch that.
You know who the best outfit was in the movies? Was Michael Caine. And I love Michael Caine. He's the Batman.
Oh, I love Michael Caine, yes.
Because I won't bury you, not the Batman. I won't do it, Mr. Wade.
That's a great impression.
Thank you. My friends and I were in Burma. And the local warlord was saying that that was the best story.
It was.
And
how
who
about
else-
when he said, could you say it in your accent?
Which one?
About what he said about the Joker, where he goes, some people
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yes.
Now I loved Michael.
I love that.
So I was working on a bit where I do Morgan Freeman when he does that. Remember, he has that thing that can hear all the voices.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a joke thief. Right. So it's like, I go, I have to find this man. He's stealing jokes. It's like, you riot every comedy club in New York City. You've got every joke coming through here. This is
That's
too much.
a great juxtaposition.
Good, right
I
there?
love it.
This is too much power for one comedian to have. That's why I gave it to you. When you're done, type in your name. And he's like, my first name, my last name, what? It's like,
that is
like, what name would you
fantastic.
type in? You know. But Morgan Freeman, did you see the part when the guy wants to blackmail him? And he goes, he discovers a
Yes.
and he goes, so let me get this straight. Your client is one of the richest, most powerful men in the world, who spends his evenings beating criminals to a pulp with his bare hands, dressed as a bat. And your plan is to blackmail this person? Good luck.
that was great. That was fucking great. So Patty Marie has a great quote from a movie that I love.
What movie?
I carried a watermelon. Which
is
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, okay.
Which is, again, another movie that I could watch 10 million times.
Got to tell you,
Don't say you never saw it.
Never saw it.
Oh my God, put it on your list. The Joker and
Well, the
Dirty
Joker I'm going to
Dancing.
see. That's
Dirty Dancing's the best.
The Joker that
Nobody puts
just
baby
came
in
out
the
with
corner.
I can't
that
pronounce
one.
his
I
name.
know. I know that one.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix. Watch that one.
The Joker and what was Dirty Dancing?
Dirty
I don't think
Dancing.
I like that picture.
And Mean Girls.
Fine. Oh yeah.
I already got Mean Girls on you. Dirty Dancing.
One of the lines that I say every time that I interact with this object, if you've ever seen the movie Mallrats by Kevin Smith, there's a part where there's like a kid like playing on the escalator, and the guy's like all mad, and he's like, that child should be taught to fear and respect that escalator.
I haven't seen that movie, but that's true.
And like every time I'm on an escalator, I say to my husband, I was like, you should fear and respect
The
that
escalator.
escalator.
Can I tell you a story about an escalator?
Yes.
My son got. We were watching a movie in the movie theater, and you know that long escalator that brings you upstairs. It was at the Broadway Mall.
Oh
Maybe
my
I shouldn't
Lord.
say
Oh,
where
yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
But his the bottom of his pants was like too long. It got stuck in the escalator, and it was starting to pull his foot into the escalator. So the mother instinct in me just came out, and I just took his pants and just ripped them.
Yeah.
Because
oh my
Did it
God.
work? Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
crap, Bonnie.
It was so fucking scary. But
How old was
speaking,
he? Like how? What?
he was older.
Yeah.
You know, it was like he was a teenager. But
Holy
Robin
crap.
DeVito,
That's
speaking of scary, that's one of my most favorite scary movies, Robin, is Hostel and Hostel 2. And she did the quote, he won't hurt you anymore. If you are afraid, if you love scary movies, the most horrifying movie of all time is Hostel and Hostel 2. They're both equally terrifying. So have you seen those movies?
No, I don't
Put
like
'em
horror
down.
movies. You know what I like to see in a horror movie? I like to see like when the killer is like running up to like Schwarzenegger, like, excuse me, you're out of here, and just shoot the guy and load him up with bullets. They fire twice, they drop the gun and run away. Keep the gun, right?
No, but the reason
Keep the gun, shoot him again, load him up, empty the clip into him if there's only one killer. Don't be conservative with the bullets. There's somebody else's anyway, right? Just load them up.
What's scary about this movie is I, as a college student, did my student teaching in England, and I toured Europe after, and it was about young people traveling through Europe like I did.
Yeah.
And you know, you're very trusting, and you're lucky if something doesn't happen to you.
Right.
And it's scary because it's based on something that actually could happen. And I'm not going to say anything more than that because it's very, very. I would say it should be rated X as far as scariness. It's that scary and bloody, and it haunts you. After you watch it, it comes back into your head like a bunch of times. You can't get rid of it.
I don't know who you are.
I don't
And
like
then of
stuff
course
like
I went
that.
to see Hostel 2 because the first one was about young men. So the young men, you know, they're traveling through Europe, and these gorgeous girls are coming on to them in this country.
That's a giveaway.
And they get them to come back with them to a certain location. Then they drug them, and when they wake up, they're somewhere else.
Yep,
and I'm not
of
going to
course.
say anything more than that.
if
And
somebody-
the second
if-
movie
if-
was about women.
If you're down here on the look scale and somebody up here is trying to be nice, you go right away.
There's usually
You're
a
the
reason
roommate.
for that.
Right. So like that I don't know if you saw that woman on Facebook that keeps trying to friend me, and she's obviously a Chinese spy. I've seen enough James Bond movies to know. I was
What
like,
did she want with you?
thank you. Exactly. I was like, why don't you go back and tell your bosses in China? I'm not interested. You know, I've seen too many Bond movies
We don't
to
bring
fall for that.
guns.
Yeah, so
In this country, I don't know. That was such like a weird line. I've asked people what that meant, and I couldn't
In
figure
this
it out.
country.
It doesn't make any
We
sense.
don't bring
Like you
guns.
always bring guns to a meeting in those movies, you know. But
Yeah,
it's
what are
like
you talking about, Jack?
Jack Nicholson.
So do you want to tell a quote?
Sure. I hope you got a big trunk because I'm sticking my bike in it.
Oh, I have no idea, Mandy. What's that from?
That's in the 40-year-old virgin. He's
Oh,
going home
right.
with a girl,
Oh.
and he's really talking about his bicycle, but she thinks he's like talking about like hooking up.
That movie
He's
when
like, I hope you have a big. She's like, I'll give you a ride home. He's like, I hope you got a big bike, a big trunk, because I'm sticking my bike in
the
it.
chest
She's like,
hairs.
"Woohoo." Like,
cancel my appointments. It's like you gotta. When he went for the waxing.
Oh my god, yeah. And he's talking about, they're like asking him what a tit feels like, and he's like, you know, it
The
just
sand.
feels like a big bag of sand. They were like, you've never touched a titty before. Like, he's like, yeah, I have. I've touched like a ton. They were like, a bag of sand.
Is Hostel like Taken? Because
It's worse. 100
Worse,
times worse.
But that one's fucked
Taken
up,
is
too.
Taken is like a G-rated movie compared
Compared
to
to
Hostel.
that,
Walk in
right.
the park.
Yeah.
Now my daughter wanted to go with her class to like Costa Rica or something.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I'm like,
Scary.
your father
After you
doesn't
see
have.
Hostel,
that's
you won't let her
not
go.
coming
I won't let her
for
go
you.
now. It's like
Yeah.
I don't have a particular set of skills, but I do. I'm
You're
like,
just gonna get kidnapped. And
you're
that's
gonna
gonna
get
be the end of
kidnapped,
it.
right? And I'm not Liam Neeson. I'm not gonna. I don't speak.
Yeah, I
Albanian.
said to Alexis, if you go, I can't save you. There's
Best part-
there's nothing I can do for you.
Best part in that movie is when he goes, could you translate this for me? And the guy does. He goes, good luck. And he's like, I don't know if you remember. We spoke on the phone. I was like, holy shit. That was the best.
Those are great
part.
movies too. I love Taken.
We spoke. No, but he's like casual. We spoke on the phone. I told you I'd find. And he kills them all.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the best.
I loved it. I loved
The best. I saw that movie at my uncle's house after the Super Bowl. The Giants won Super Bowl 42, right? And he puts in Taken, right? And he puts it in. He's like, you got to see the first 10 minutes, right? All of a sudden, like, we're there. So my wife calls me at like midnight. She goes, the game ended 2 hours ago. Where the hell are you? I'm like, I'm still at your uncle's house. I go, I can't leave now. Like, it's
You
the
have
end
to
of
see how
Taken.
Taken-
I know
yeah.
what's going on.
I'm watching the great Liam Neeson.
I loved all of the. I loved Taken 1, Taken 2, Taken 3. I like them all.
Now, you said Taken 1.
Take the first Taken.
Right. So you want to, I guess you are one of those people that will add a 1 after the 2 comes out, but you didn't add the 1 when there was only 1.
Correct.
Right. That's an interesting.
That is correct.
Because
Like, Home Alone 1 and 2, yeah.
you did it too.
So my
Interesting. There were 2 kinds of people in this world. One that will add a 1 to the movie after the sequel comes out, and one that won't.
That's right. I guess I'm number 2.
That's true. 1 and 2.
Number 2.
Hey,
That's funny.
look
in
out for
itself.
number 1, but don't step in number
All right,
2.
I'm turning
What was
red
that from?
now.
You saw that movie, Rodney Dangerfield, right? Look out for number 1, but don't step in number 2.
Oh, okay. Rodney Dangerfield. I actually just put on.
What was that from? You're gonna get it.
Say it again.
Look out for number 1, but don't step in number 2.
Back to school.
Yes, I knew it.
Because I just put up Sam Kinison on my Facebook page, and because I said, people today who are offended.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw that
Yeah.
post. Yes.
So one of my favorite scenes is him and
The
Rodney
professor.
Dangerfield, and he's screaming at the student because she's a very well-behaved
Is she
student. She waves her hand.
right?
Yeah,
Is she-
that's perfect. That's fucking great. Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you. Because Truman was too much of a pussy to let MacArthur go in there and pull them back to the Great War with China.
But that's perfect.
By the way, Sam Kinison, I screwed that up, but you know.
You were close enough.
Close enough.
Close
right.
enough.
What's his name said, why did they knock him back to the Great War with China? All right, I'll tell you, because Truman was too much of a pussy.
And then he goes, I
like
the
you.
way
You think?
I like you. I like the way you think.
This professor
I'll be
cares
watching you. And
about
he's-
what I have no idea.
Right. He's a great teacher.
He seems to care about what I have no idea.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
I am actually going to go back to school for a postgraduate certificate.
Oh.
And I am totally going to be Rodney Dangerfield the entire time I'm on the campus. Totally. I'm going to do the impression from
You should
the
film
whole
yourself.
time. And I'm going to go to the bookstore. I'm like, hey, what do you got? No used books. The guy in Wonderland could have been a psycho. Get me a new book. Here, pick a card. I only have 2 credit cards. It won't be the same.
Did you see Back to School?
I've never seen that.
Oh,
no.
you should see it. It's
I-
really
What?
I
funny.
know.
It's
All right.
funny.
All right. I'm going to.
We all
here's
have
what we're
to
gonna
make
do.
lists for
Everybody
each
make a
other.
list and hand it over.
At some point, like in the next 5 years, if you guys have me back on in the next 5 years,
We'll do it before
we're
that.
going to have all these movies watched. Right. Top Gun.
That's it.
Anything that's on the top 25.
I'm the one that has the most movies to watch.
Is this the top 25 greatest movies list?
Oh, there's what is it, Billboard? No, that's only
Not
music.
Billboard.
Is-
Billboard was
is-
music
yeah.
from Keisha
No,
Keisha.
what do they call it? It's not. What is
It
it?
used to be Suncoast Movies, but the video company, but they're out of
there's
business.
another word for the top cinematic films.
IMDb must have a list.
Yeah, but there's the Criterion Collection.
Yes, whatever.
That's if that's all the people. That's like when you go to a lecture and you learn about a movie.
Whatever.
Or it's the Criterion Collection. The greats.
The great, right. So whatever's the top 25 IMDb pictures, we all 3 of us have to watch all those pictures.
Yeah,
25 of them.
I'm sure Gone with the Wind is on there. That was one that
It's gotta
Bonnie
be on
had
there.
said.
I want to watch that.
They
I
might
love
have from
His Girl
different-
Friday.
They might
Oh,
have
I
different
haven't seen
decades,
that.
That's
though.
great. That one's great.
I would say anything from the 70s on should
Oh,
be included.
speaking
in the
of
list.
70s, here's one that I didn't say.
Oh my God, what time does the show end?
I don't know what time
5
is it.
minutes.
It flew by.
I know.
Love means never having to say you're sorry from Love Story. How dated is that? But I love it. The girl, when she was dying of cancer, she goes, love means never having to say you're sorry.
Oh, I saw Love Actually. I'm thinking of Love Actually.
Love Story with Ryan O'Neal.
Didn't see that picture.
What? That's like,
I've never
people
seen that.
grew
Hey,
up with that.
I have two movies that have mostly appeal
See?
to the female demographic. Titanic
That's true.
Right,
Well,
and Hell-
Titanic has
Hell
a lot
My
of violence
and
in it,
Devil
so
Wears
that's for
Prada.
the men.
You know what? I liked the part of the cruise when it was nice.
Ah.
When it was Titanic was this majestic ship. All the people on that ship were assholes, though. Like they were very nasty people. It's like you're on a beautiful ship, enjoy the cruise. But they didn't have internet then. I could imagine if we went back in time, I'd be so bored in 1910.
Well, I think.
Except I know what stocks to buy.
I think you're driving on the Atlantic. I think you still have no internet, right? In the middle of the Atlantic. You have
On
no
cruise ships
internet?
now?
Yeah.
Oh, we had full internet.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I was able to communicate on Bookface on the cruise.
Holy crap!
I was on checking my
so
Facebook.
there's no worries of people dying like they did back then. You can call someone in the middle of the Atlantic.
Middle of the
and
Atlantic.
say,
Well, I don't know if you're going to get a signal if the ship's going down because that's what's powering your internet.
Oh,
It's on the ship.
Oh.
But
I won't go on cruises. That's why.
I've never been on a cruise.
You've never been on a cruise?
Me
No,
neither.
and I heard a horror story about somebody that was on a cruise who one of their relatives died, and they were on the cruise and they couldn't fucking get to land to get to the airport to get to the services.
Yes.
And it was literally like their aunt or mother or somebody close in their family that they. And I was like, I've heard enough. I was like, that's so sketchy.
You are cut off, for a day.
You're just like, no, I want to get the fuck out of here. You don't like your friends or your group, or God forbid something happens where you got to go home and they're literally like, oh no,
You jump overboard.
yeah, you're gonna go to like the next couple aisles with us.
But
Like,
I was sitting
no.
on my balcony, fat, dumb, and happy, and I'm having my breakfast muffin, and all of a sudden, like I look out and a flippin' orca,
Oh my lord!
right? The belly, it did a flip. I was like, holy shit! A freaking orca! I was so excited to see one. I ran in and got my camera.
That's cool.
And I got but now it didn't do the flip. I just got it going with the air. And then the dolphin, it was like 6 or 7 dolphins like this, like on National Geographic with the. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then I look all the way out in the distance, right? And I see a big whale with the head come up and go right back down like that. And I'm like, but that was really far away. That was almost like the only reason you saw it is because it broke up the skyline. Not the skyline. What do they call that? The horizon.
Well, let me ask
I'm
you a
Italian.
question.
I'm sorry. I use my hands a lot.
My boyfriend doesn't like boats, and I'm okay
That's
with
not a
it.
boat though. It's a floating hotel.
Well, I have 2 reasons that I don't go on cruises.
Cruises?
One is Titanic, and the other is Poseidon.
Oh,
Poseidon Adventure.
oh, right.
With Gene Hackman. You have to watch
Who
that.
was the captain of the Poseidon?
I don't remember, but I know Gene Hackman, was
yes.
the priest, and Shelley Winters
Ernest
was in it.
Borgnine was in the picture.
Borgnine. It was. I watched that about 1,000,000 times. That's when I just got HBO as a kid in my house, and that was one of the movies that was on, and I watched it over and over and over.
So the captain
the ship turns upside down, and everybody's trapped in the ship
below the
underneath,
waterline.
below the water, and it's really horrifying.
And the captain is Leslie Nielsen.
No,
I swear.
You're right. Oh my God, you're right.
And they said that captain is
and
a
then
large
he went
wall.
to do airplane.
Right. He goes.
Talk about
They
switching.
said captain is a large wall of water. He's like, all right, let's take her 90 degrees offset. And I'm like, I'm waiting for the joke. It's like, surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and they'll tell me surely.
You're right.
But he's the captain of the Poseidon, and I'm
my
like
God.
waiting for the joke because I saw that after I saw Airplane. So,
Oh, wow.
1996 or 7, I met Leslie Nielsen at Border Books in Westbury.
Wow.
He had a book called Leslie Nielsen's Stupid Little Golf Book. And I waited in line for 2 hours, but it was worth it. And I said,
That's
use your
amazing.
open eye, Frank. Because when he was looking in the microscope with a naked gun, he goes, I can't see anything. And George Kennedy goes, use your open eye, Frank. He's like, oh, yes.
Wow.
Those movies were brilliant.
Yeah.
That was worth the wait.
That-
To wait for
I would
Leslie
wait
Nielsen.
for something like that. She's like, who the hell is Leslie Nielsen?
You never saw Airplane?
She probably never saw Airplane.
Well, that was 10 years
have
before
seen
she was
Airplane,
born.
But honestly, I have
Oh,
not
you have?
seen Airplane since I've been like older. So I honestly, there's probably a bunch of shit that went over my head. Like I saw it when I was
You
younger.
got to rewatch the picture.
I really do.
It's
like,
very
anything
funny.
I've seen 15 and younger.
Very
I'm
funny.
like, I need to rewatch it because I don't count it. Like,
And I was a pilot, so that movie for me with the slapstick humor and
That's so
the
cool.
flying.
No,
home run.
I
I have that autopilot, that Otto, the inflatable autopilot. I have one like this big. For the 25th anniversary, I bought the movie, and you had to send in the thing or whatever. It was a Target special, and they sent you an Otto like 6 to 8 weeks, everything takes 6 to 8 weeks, and it was like this big. And guess where the inflation valve is?
In the bottom.
On the belt buckle.
Of course it is.
I'll send you a picture when I get home. I have it on my desk.
I still remember Airplane. One of the best scenes is when the nun is playing, and
The nuns.
and so they keep coming by and smacking somebody.
Yes, because in the movies, when the woman
so
panicked,
stupid, but it's so
they
funny.
used to hit them, and I don't know why. You got to see the movie Airport 75 with Charlton Heston, right? That movie is what made Airplane. There's a nun
They
with
were
a
making
guitar,
fun of it.
sick little girl. Eric
Oh,
Estrada
they
was
kept
the
hitting
flight
the little
engineer.
girl. That was it.
Yes, they
They
kept
kept smashing her.
with the guitar with the IV.
Yes.
So that movie is where they got 90% of the movie Airplane from. Is from that Airport 75. The nun, the sick girl, remember when Peter Graves passes out from the fish? He's like, autopilot. In the movie Airport 75, they get hit with another airplane, a small plane, and the captain is like hit with the debris, he's blind. The other pilot got blown out of the cockpit, and Eric Estrada was the flight engineer. He died. So the only person is the captain, but he's blind, and he's like, autopilot. That's where they got all that from.
Wow.
So the flight attendant has to fly the plane now. And she's like, I can't do this. And I'm like, you don't have a choice. There's not like 80 pilots sitting in the back to come up front. You got to fly the plane.
So you're a real pilot?
I was, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, small planes, like the one that hit the 747.
Now, do you want to plug anything?
Yeah. You got anything?
You want to say anything?
I've already been on the best show. This is it. This is the highlight of my career.
so sweet.
I got nothing to plug.
That's so
Watch
sweet.
this 10 times.
This is the plateau.
Share it everywhere. Everybody, please press the share button right now. Otherwise, we'll take an airplane and shove it up your butt. No, I'm just kidding.
What was I going to say? Do I have anything coming up?
Yeah.
JohnSantoComedian.com. My shows will be up in, give me a week.
JohnSantoComedian.com. Thank you guys for hanging with us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I
Thank
finally
you.
sat in the chair.
Yeah, we're gonna
Thank
have
you
you
so
back.
much.
This is like Captain Kirk's chair.
It was a great.
Yes, it is. I
great
love that.
topic. It went so quick.
That was a great topic.
We got to do
Thank
this
you.
again.
Yes,
Like
definitely.
within 5 years, and then we'll have seen all those movies.
Yes.
All right,
I'm
good
now,
on Safe
we
Guy.
were looking for movies to watch.